Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Belicious Vegging. My name is Anna. If you are new here or have followed me for the past few weeks, you would know that I'm going through a rough patch right now. Life has just been lifing, and it really all started with me losing my dog of 10.5 years, which I'm still struggling with. I know I kind of shifted to my more normal content, but I just want to give you all a little bit of an update, so I thought we'd do a get ready with me video. So today's going to be less about the makeup and just more about me sharing what has been going on, where I'm at, how I am progressing. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I focus on content such as beauty, lifestyle, and how to save money. So if you're interested, please hit the subscribe button down below. Also give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to turn on notifications. I upload every Wednesday, Saturday, and let's just go ahead and get ready together. So I already have my face and eyes primed. So where I left off at is I was in therapy and technically still am. However, when my dog Marshmallow passed, the vet that he was at offered 3 sessions. So I already utilized them like the first 3 weeks, and there was a group therapy session, which unfortunately I had to miss because that morning was just like very rough on me. It just really comes like in waves, and I just could not like hear other people's stories, and I just felt like I would have been an emotional mess. So there is one this month that I plan to attend, and then also through my medical provider I was seeing a therapist, but unfortunately they only have a set number of sessions, so we have completed that. But she did recommend that I speak to an external therapist because she said I still have a lot of grief. So I still cry every single night and just kind of randomly throughout the day. Before, I felt like there was like a certain time I would cry, and now it's like every single night I will cry, like right before bed, like clockwork. And then just randomly, like I'll be doing something or I just think of him. Even though it's been a bit, I think I'm still in shock, to be honest. I just wasn't expecting it. And like in therapy, I said that I was able to save his life 2 times before, so I just thought this time would be no different, and I was a little naive with that. But he just had so much going on, and basically when he was at the emergency vet and staying there, like that was never an option for him to end his life. Like I just never considered it. I'm like, nope, let's try like the treatment, let's try this and that, until that was the only option. So that was really hard because honestly I just like wasn't preparing for it. So just knowing like the day of like that was gonna happen, it all happened so quickly, honestly. So that was just like really hard. Throughout like different like therapy sessions, they've all said like I'm grieving like the caregiver side, because Marsh and I were on a schedule. We had our own routine. I have like a video dedicated to that. He needed medicine every 5 hours, so like my schedule like constantly revolved around that. Or if Ernie and I were going to be gone for the weekend, or like, you know, gone for like majority of the day, like my mom would take care of him. Like I would always make sure like his medicine was given like timely and accurately. You know, I would like write it down because it was a lot to manage, but I just got so used to it. It was just like part of my routine. It was just like second nature to me. But my mom, my parents like definitely were very like active in his life, and I trusted them like when we would travel, like to take care of him, and I knew like he was in great hands. So it's hard because I've had Marshmallow since I was 18, like my first semester of college, like to graduation, to being engaged, and then like married. Like he was in our engagement photos, like to moving out for the first time, just to name a few. I've had him like almost like 18 to 30 years old. So I've like literally been with him like almost like every single day, aside from, you know, like if we did travel. But if you saw any of my travel vlogs this year in San Diego, LA, and Solvang, Marsh did come with us. So if we could take him, we totally would bring him, because Marshmallow loved to travel. Like he loved like exploring new smells, just getting out of the house. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera. So my last few therapy sessions, she noticed I kept contemplating the what ifs, or what if I did this, what if we did like this treatment, and I still carry that to this day. And she's like, I know like you're sad, you miss him, but you need to stop thinking of the negative memories. And even people in my personal life, like family and friends, they're like, stop thinking of like the last few days or the few weeks. Like you guys had a lot of great memories together, which I know we have a lot of great memories together, but I almost feel guilty for thinking about the happy memories, because I almost feel like if I think of the happy memories, it almost like dismisses like, oh, well, we had a lot of good times, so like it's okay that he's no longer here. That's just how I feel. I know, like, it's like an internal struggle in my head. Like, yes, I don't want to think of the last few days because that wasn't him. That wasn't normal. It was horrible what I had to see and experience. Also, like, we had a lot of good times. Like, one memory that popped into my head that kind of like made me laugh is, like I said, like I was with him like almost every single day, or he would come with us on more local trips or like dog friendly places. But when my husband Ernie and I were first dating, we went to San Diego for like our first like little trip together, and I was living at home, and Marsh was with me. My mom was saying bye to me as I was gonna go to Ernie's house and we're gonna head out from there, and I started to cry because I was like, I'm gonna miss Marshmallow so much. Like, and it was only like a 3-day trip, like nothing too crazy. And then my dad came out, and then he's like, oh, Anna, like, you're gonna see Mom and I soon. And my mom turns back to him. She's like, she's not crying because she's gonna miss us. She's crying because of Marshmallow. And my dad's like, really, Anna? Like, he's in good hands. You're gonna see him in 3 days. Or even when he was a puppy and we went to go get him neutered, I started crying, and Lay's like, are you like okay? Are you nervous about this surgery? And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for 8 hours. And my dad's like, Anna, you're gonna see him later today. Like, even from like a young age, like even if like nothing was wrong with him, like I still had like such an emotional attachment to him, or I didn't like being away from him. But it just came down to that. I just like loved him so much. And I love, like with dogs, it's so special. Like even with Coco, like they want to spend all their time with us. Like they don't get bothered by us, or like they need their space. Like they just want us around 24/7, which is such a great feeling, honestly. And like it's so sweet of Coco. Like she just wants to be around us, like, and like same with Marshmallow, like they just love you unconditionally. It's just like such a like rare bond to have. I think another part that I still struggle with is he had no idea what was going on. Like, he was like with us, and then he's like in a new place, like with different people, like someone else is giving his medicine. Like, I think that's the really hard part too, is he didn't know what was going on. He couldn't understand. And most importantly, he couldn't consent, which I knew like that was just like the last option. Like I've exhausted all options, and I know that. I literally had to come to the point where we tried the treatments, we tried the medication, until the vet said, I think you should get down here. I don't even know if he'll make it until you get here, which was about a 40-minute drive away from me. So at that point, there was literally nothing else I could do. There's nothing else that the vet can do. Like, it's just, that was the choice. But in some ways, I am progressing. So in my last few therapy appointments, she goes, you need to like stop isolating yourself. You need to like attend social events. Like, do you think Marsh would want that for you? And I'm like, no. She's like, I want you to like get out of the house. Like, yes, I am proud of you for going to the gym and focusing on your physical health, or going on walks, taking Coco for walks. But it just got like super hot here in California, that she's like, you need to do like more than that. Like, go get a coffee, or, go socialize with like your friends. So I started to do that recently. I started to go out to eat with my friends, and we've been seeing them a bit more consistently, which has been nice. And then, I attended my cousin's 21st birthday party, and then, Ernie and I have our anniversary, and then Father's Day, and then next week we have a birthday party and a baby shower, and then also something else coming up, which I will announce later. So it has been good. It has been nice. I just think I isolated myself at first because I didn't want people to bring it up, or I didn't want to feel like, oh, I'm celebrating something where I'm still mourning. And I still am mourning. Yeah, it's still sad. Like, you can probably tell my voice, I'm about to cry right now, which I'm trying really hard not to, but I'm taking small baby steps. It's not going to be perfect. And there has been a few times where we're just out and about, and I'm not even talking about him. Like, nothing reminded me of him, and I just started crying, like, just out of nowhere. It truly does come in waves. Just like aside from that, like I was telling my therapist, like, this was like a couple weeks ago, like in less than 2 months, like March passed, this happened, and this happened, which I am going to keep those events private. Even with all that, like there's like 3 major things that happened within the past few weeks, and then just like minor things in between where it's just like, oh my gosh, like something else, like it's just like bad news after bad news, or just something stressful, or something that has like a deadline, and it's just like back to back. And even through it all, like I'm trying my best to stay positive because, you know, in the grand scheme of things, even with everything going on, like I think I'm still in a good position, or I still have the support, which is something I definitely don't take for granted. Like my true family and friends have been such a great support system. Like not only just like a few days after March, but like some people still reach out to me like, hey Anna, how are you doing? Or just, hey, I'm checking in on you. And that's just like so amazing to have. Like I'm so grateful for that. Like it definitely does not go unnoticed. So throughout all this, I could say I know who's like truly there for me, like who was there for March, like who was there in his corner. So that's something I am trying to take away from this, you know, experience. And I'm just ready to put a close to this chapter and start a new one that's hopefully full of positivity, happiness, laughter, joy, all the good things. And even filming normal content helps because at first I just, honestly, my heart wasn't in it. And I had my Ulta makeup haul like sitting there for weeks and I really wanted to try it out. So I was like, you know what? There was like a day where I felt like, okay, I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And honestly, like that has been keeping me busy, you know, just like the editing, the thumbnail, the keyword research, like posting it. So honestly, filming, I've said before, has been helping, whether I do like life updates like this or just filming normal content. Like it gives me something to do, something I enjoy, something that does keep my mind off of things because I'm just so like laser focused. Has been just like super therapeutic for me. Ooh, that's just like a little bit too much blush. Also, I do mainly work from home, but I do have to go into the office this week, which we actually have a new office. So I am getting out of the house a lot these past 2 weeks. And like I said, I'm just like really like trying my best, like just to take baby steps on what feels like most comfortable to me. But so far, like getting out of the house and being around people that are genuinely there for me has been helping. And I've even had people who know me in real life say like they've watched my YouTube videos and, you know, they thank me for being so vulnerable, or like, you know, I'm updating them. They're like, you know, I want to like ask, but I don't want to like, you know, upset you. And I just think that's super sweet. Or they're like, you know, you're very vulnerable. So like it allowed me to be more vulnerable. And I'm like, oh, like that's awesome. You know, like, yeah, it's definitely not easy, but if it helps others, like that's why I'm doing it. Also, it helps me as well. And again, I want to thank you all who did share like publicly. I know that's not easy to do. Literally in my first YouTube video, I said I want this to be a safe space. So if you feel comfortable to comment, or if you're going through something, you want to message me. And then one of my friends actually lost their dog. So, you know, I messaged her and just kind of told her what's been helping me, but everyone's like different. And one thing I really want to focus on, I need to get better at, but I'm human, is gratitude. Like I mentioned before, even with all this like bad news and things happening back to back, I think I'm still pretty lucky that I do have a great support system or people there that are willing to help or reach out and are there for me. So I'm really trying to see the positive, but honestly, just some days are better than other, or some days it's just like all at once. I'm like, no, I'm just in my feels right now. Like it's just like too much to handle. But you know, I am grateful like for the small things. Like I still have my job. I have a great support system, you know, have my husband Ernie, like me and him have been going through so much and we just been there for each other. He's been my rock. Like we haven't like fought or like taken it out on each other. And I'm just like so blessed to have that, because I know sometimes it could create like a tension in the relationship, and we have not had that. We just like purely been there for each other, and we're about to celebrate our 5th year wedding anniversary, and Coco's been doing a lot better, and you know, I have a roof over my head. It's a lot to be thankful for, but also, you know, I am human and sometimes it just could be a lot. You know, I'm very blessed to have access to therapy and that it's covered. So I just want to give you all a quick update. So let me know in the comment box down below if you want to see updates more frequently or just kind of more spread out. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to turn on notifications. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and I'll see you all in my upcoming videos. Bye, everyone.